Another exciting episode of EME, baby.
What's
up? Powering my environment. Y'all know what that means. These weeks we have exciting entrepreneurs. We have social justice issues that we speak on, and we keep the party hype. Woo, woo, woo. I know what it is.
EME gonna make big bucks.
Hey, we got Charlie Rock on the mic. To my right, we got Tony Dirt over there. We got Caleb. And we got Mac Attack the Macadocian.
Hey, Mac.
That's me.
Who's today's guest, man? What we got up in there?
Yeah, enough of me and us. We have two beautiful ladies, special guests. We have a first timer and we have a been here forever timer. OG.
I'm Shauna Bruce. I'm OG.
Shauna Bruce and my lovely cousin. What's your name, young lady? Demetrius. That's my baby. Yes, we call her BD. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Antoine Demetrius Jones.
Yeah.
Really?
Two Demetrius.
Yeah.
2D.
Miss Demetrius, a.k.a. Dee Dee.
What's up, Dee Dee?
Hey y'all.
Hey,
Thank
y'all.
y'all for having me.
Welcome to EME podcast, the EME where we love the ladies, especially black entrepreneurs. We speak highly of you. We're here to protect and serve. So
That way.
we want to let you ladies know that the topics that we bring here are there are no wide bias, so we are not male chauvinists. We just speak the truth.
Sometime.
Okay. And we're honest. So Miss D, we'll start with Miss Dee Dee first. Or no, Miss Shauna, you go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you go home, Miss Shauna. Go ahead first, Miss Shauna.
Okay, so I am LaShauna Bruce. Thank y'all for having me.
Whoop.
So am I telling them about my entrepreneurship or am I telling them just, how I know you all? What am I talking about?
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I am actually employed by Restore Hope 100 Families Initiative, but I'm also an entrepreneur. Like I told you guys, for those of you that missed the show before, I am a licensed cosmetologist and instructor. And instead of sitting behind a chair, I decided to open my own business where I educate, empower, and inspire families that are adopting African American children. So these are the families that are white families adopting black babies, basically. So I have a platform, and it's Mommies and Curls, and my social media brand and page is Black Hair, White Care. So that's what I do.
I like that.
Y'all like this?
Whoa.
Hey,
Yeah.
even before you get into it, where did that idea come from?
Well, it came from me being networked and surrounded by my previous employer. I worked for a well-known, predominant all-white, but not all-white, but predominantly white church in West Little Rock. And I developed friendships with a lot of families that were adopting and fostering black babies. And they would come to me asking me questions, cultural, sensitive questions, hair questions, skin care questions, and just basic questions that they didn't necessarily know because they're not black. And so one day I was like, I ran from being a cosmetologist for years. I'm a third generation cosmetologist, my grandmother, my mom, and then myself. And I just wanted to do something different. I didn't want to be in a salon every day, all day. Like I grew up in the salon every day, all day with my grandmother and my mother. And I was like, if I go this route, I don't want to be in a salon. I want to do something non-traditional as a stylist. And so developing those relationships and friendships with families that were adopting and fostering black babies that led me to still do service, because it's like I'm giving and doing direct service. It's just in a different spectrum.
Right.
Because when we think about direct service, we're thinking about working in the community, doing things for, those that are impoverished or those that are less than or, not so fortunate. So I'm doing a direct service, but it's making me money.
That way.
So anyway,
Which makes sense.
yeah, because I'm like, I can't, go to school and not make money from my trade. So yeah, that's how it started.
That's how I started.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, now you are a woman of very strong Resources. Yeah, people can come see you and get a couple of things. You feel? And we trying to reach out to our community.
Yeah.
And you have been like hands-on with us, with teaching us, you, Paul, and Ficia, you all have been very instrumental with EME, teaching us how to provide resources to our neighborhood and how to, y'all connecting us with the people to have those resources. What are some of your stances on that?
I think I'll tell you this. One thing my grandmother always taught me, she would tell me, my network is my net worth. And when we think about net worth, we're thinking about net worth financially, resourcefully, spiritually, mentally. Your net worth is everything that you're built up, whatever builds you up, whatever makes you. So one of the things that I learned at an early age was networking with people to make sure that I have a resourceful list to help me along the way in whatever situation that I, come across. So in the community, one of the things that, and I love about what you guys do, is you're being networked and connected with the resources that you can go back and help the community and let them know these resources are available. There are different ways that you can go about getting resources. So my stance on it is, if those resources are there, take advantage of them. Make them work for you and your family in a positive way. So, and that's what you guys are doing. That's what I love about y'all.
We try.
Y'all are doing a great work. I mean, you have to be, you can't just go and get things and get information and get resources and hold them to yourself. I mean, you have to be able to go back into your community, into your family, whatever, to help them come up too. And that's what I do.
With the elites, though, would you think that that's something like that we should let the elites know majorly, because that's major important and that's a major thing that we lacking in our communities is resources?
What you mean by the elites?
I mean, I'm saying like people in a higher position than us, the people that probably wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? And we trying to, at this point, we trying to reach out, you know what I'm saying, and just let them know we down here, and let them know how important resources is, and connecting with resources in our neighborhood, how important it is to us, and what can it do to a state, and how healthy it can make a state.
I really think it's very important, because one of the things that we are lacking, and I'm saying lacking, we as a community and as a culture and as a race, is we tend to not help those. When we get up, we're up there.
Right.
Instead of going back either into the community or going back into our family and bringing them up with us.
Right.
So I think it's very important for us to be able to find resources and then take them back to the community to help the community, to build the community.
Yeah, because I'm a hood rat. I ain't going nowhere.
Which is cool. Just the information and the resources that you learn as a hood rat, take it back to the hood.
Right.
Right.
I mean, being a hood rat,
ain't nothing wrong with it.
I love my people.
That's right.
And I think
as you should.
I think my people are beautiful. My community is beautiful. It's just that we left behind.
Yeah.
And so, when it's a strong community, though, it'd be a lack of problems. Like a lot of people move and leave out, but their neighbors, they don't know each other all their life. It's like a bunch of people. That's not a community anymore.
Right.
Y'all gonna have to grow and build that relationship to be a community again.
Right.
So it's kind of good when you grow up and stay where you from, because you really know what you're dealing with in that space, and you know you got a lack of respect of what's going around.
Instead of growing and leaving and never coming back.
Right.
And leaving those that.
And in our community, that's what we cry about a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people get up and leave. And that's the main thing what we fight about. We get mad about that, man. And that creates attitude, that creates problems, and that creates chaos, because they snatch us out as soon as we get a piece of bread. Oh, let me show you what the and now we in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't cool.
Right.
You know
what you say? What's the saying? Don't forget from whence you've come.
Right.
Yeah. Don't forget from.
But this the flip side of it, y'all. Is that when we do come up and we do get our own community, kills us, knock us down.
Like Nip,
You know what I'm saying? Like brothers like Nip and just all the homies, the rappers, or just a drug dealer that comes up in the neighborhood, you go rob them, they kill them, they kill off the resources. So we have to learn how to fight that demon.
So where does that come from?
Jealousy,
hatred.
But it's
which is deeper than that. It's a mentality.
Right.
program mindset.
It is.
Ghetto mentality.
It's a mentality.
Ghetto mentality. It's just it's thinking lower than yourself mentality. And then the way people have perceived you, it's not only your thought process, but it's what everybody else putting on you and manufacturing on you. It makes it even 10 times worse to bear because you thinking bad of yourself. Then the whole world is portraying you being bad. That's kind of a mind thing. Like you said, so it's pushed in there. So you don't have any other choice but to think that way until you've seen something different. Someone showed you something different by example or by speech or learning, and then you figure out, whoa, what I was doing is crazy messed up. That's not who I am.
Yeah.
Because you had to change their mindset, and that's what our business does. Empowering my environment. So we envision ourselves changing people's mindset to do the right thing.
Right.
Because a lot of people have no option to do it. Right. So most of the worst people in our neighborhoods, in these bad neighborhoods they talking about, they don't have no options. Right. The option is to do this or not eat.
Right.
I'm going home to my wife with nothing. Right. My children starving and cold. That's the only other option. So that other option, as bad as it looks to him, I got to do it though. Right. But and other groups have more options than we do. Resources and opportunities. But it ties together.
I just to go back with what Charlie Rock was saying, like how we are hurting ourselves. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What we need to like.
How do we change that? How do we change?
Why you feel like we hurting ourselves more than any other people hurting us? You know what I'm saying? Why you feel like that?
First of all, you have to go into the mental gang banging, women being the way they are. It's a mental state. In 9 out of 10, you taught that. Because no baby's not, what baby born bad?
It's not. They in their
everybody. So this is something that's been indoctrinated. They indoctrinated it in you. You know what I'm saying? To be a gang member, you watch those people, then you start hanging with those people.
That
then
becomes your lifestyle.
Their ideology. Yeah. And you perfected it to what you bring to the table. Mm-hmm. Which is more foolishness. You might have been more vicious than the OG before you, but he taught this and put this in you. Mm-hmm. So those are one of the burdens that I have to bear. Turtle, Meg, Caleb, because we've taught a lot of our youngsters to have this dumb mentality. So I have to go back and teach my youngsters, hey, I was dumb. Mm-hmm. Please forgive me.
So when did you realize, okay, this isn't the way? Now you've taught these young guys that's coming up that way. So when did you realize, you know what, this isn't the way to go?
Me, Turk, and Paul was having a discussion earlier today. I was talking to the big homie, to the homie, and I was telling them like my change came in Long Park in the hole. I think I was doing like a year and a half bid in the hole.
Explain Long Park. What is it?
That's the USP prison, federal prison in California. You feel me? And,
how many years you did there?
13. Okay. In Long Park, I did 7, but in all, I did 13.
Oh, you was in Long Park
from 18. Yeah, from 18 to 31. Beat it in there. Beat it up in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. And the California homies held me down. Shout out to them.
Shout out. Yeah. Whoa.
So it was in a form of isolation when you mentally decided.
I was mentally at my bottom.
Yeah.
That's what the whole meant. And you have to understand at this time, I'm young.
Yeah.
So my mind, I'm still developing. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like a mental break.
And nobody there is with you to.
Ain't nobody there. Your mama not there. Your dad. It ain't nothing but you and your higher power.
None of the people that you experience through life, they not able to, got any.
But really in that room, even the deepest, man, the devil, he in there, and he picking, and I'm talking about, he giving you thoughts of suicide, homicide. Is like the worst. Is trying to bring the worst out of you, and then you hear your mama prayers, and you hear your mama voice, and you hear all those positive things like, hey, change it. Hey, and then you sitting back, you like, man, what I'm doing wrong.
Right. So you have a lot of time to think. Mm-hmm. That's what's powerful about
That's what they don't get out here.
Mm-hmm. They don't have a time to think. It's
so much to do.
Too much. Too much.
So that's a bad thing and I tell everybody, I like, prison saved my life.
Yeah.
Man, prison saved my life.
Yeah.
Bro, it made me sit down, it made me think, and it made me mature, and it made me put together a plan, and it helped me to meet a lot of different people from different places. I wasn't just in Arkansas anymore, Dorothy.
Right.
You
Right.
everywhere,
Yeah.
and you with everybody.
You outside your community at that point.
I was all the way out my element.
It's not like the state penitentiary when
Right.
you know everybody in there, your uncle, your
I was
daddy.
the only Little Rock. I was the only
Fed.
Little Rock dude
Complete
out there.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
I was like that at Beaumont, man, when I'm like 5 was, and I was the only one from Little Rock. It's
Right.
crazy.
So when was it? When did you decide? Okay, you know what? This isn't the way to go. Was it when you were locked up, or?
I went through a lot of phases. You know what I'm saying? I went through a phase where I knew it was certain steps I needed. I needed education at one point when I was in prison.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna talk about that. When I found out because education played a big part in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And in prison, when I got to prison, I ain't had no GED. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of time to think. I ran in and out the hole too. I mean, on a 10-year bid, I did 10, and after 10, I'm probably 6 or 7 running in and out of the hole all the time, like on a consistent. It got so bad to where my mom had a picture, and she said, "Man," and I come in a regular brown khaki suit. She said, "Man, I almost didn't know you when you was in regular khaki suit because I stayed in orange so much." You know what I'm saying? So it was just to the point I needed it. So I started figuring out I need education. So that's what broke me to know that I needed to change in life. When I figured out that I needed to learn better to read and to better to understand life, because I was a child. I was 16 when I went in, so I definitely didn't know nothing. Like I ain't had no understanding. My thing, I was just saying, I gotta make it through this. You know, it went straight to survival mode. So I need to be the hardest, and that's what I stood.
And how
on.
long
So
you do, Turk?
I did 10. Yeah, I did 10. I've been to I went to 4 different spots: Ford City, Beaumont, El Reno, and I did another time I went back to Beaumont.
Because I piggybacked you off of El Reno.
Yeah,
You
man, that was the spot.
away. Matt, what about you? When you find
Your
it?
breaking point.
I have a breaking point, man. I had, like you said, series of events, and I think one of the main ones that just told me I needed to stop doing what I was doing, especially in the streets. My homie, my brother, he got killed in the streets, and it tore me up because I felt like if I was there, he wouldn't be dead. Mm-hmm. We would have had a shootout, he would have made it out.
Right.
And I felt like I wasn't there for him, so I let him down. And I know if the incident was reversed, he would have been there for me. And it hurt me, it crushed me. I was in limbo. I was in gangbanging limbo because I was like, dang, I let my homie down. So I wanted to violate myself. You know what I mean? Because I feel like nobody could do nothing to me more than how I feel right now. Right. So it made me isolate from the neighborhood. It messed me up, man. And then I also felt nobody in the neighborhood felt my pain. So nobody came to me like, you good. I know that was your homie. He gone, and how he was killed, it was messed up.
So it ain't a lot of emotion in the neighborhood. What you trying to say?
It's
like
not like emotional strength.
Right.
Like emotions is seen as weakness in the neighborhood. A man that reach out for help, he's seen as weak. Right. Yeah. So nobody reach out, not like that. Yeah. So I was going through stuff in my head mentally, and I think I'm unstable anyway. So I was volatile. I was about to explode. So I had to look for them dudes who killed my homie. So I went out hunting. Yeah. I went hunting. Yeah. And I didn't eat. I ain't hunt. So in the process of hunting, the police jumped behind me. I had to jump out and run, and they caught me with the pistol and everything. So I went away for a while.
Went to prison.
I went to prison. And I didn't even get to see my homie get put in the ground. I missed it. It was the same week. The same week.
So me and you was in the county jail at the same time and didn't even know it.
Barely missed it. Barely missed it. I was going through it, bro. I went
back too.
So it's like the one that you felt like you weren't there for, you really weren't there for him when he had.
But that is not it. That's not the end. I tried to when I went to prison. I changed my life around. That's what, like you said, prison kind of opened up my eyes to what I know I'm bigger than. I feel like I know I'm a gang member. I know that's it. I said, but I don't have to be what they say I should be as a gang member. I could do my thing. I got enough creativity and knowledge. I could make this thing work the way I want it to work. Right. So I got out and just was being myself with just tweaks to me. I would respect other men. I was going to church. You could see a change in how I talk. And I went to school. When I got out, my homie right here, he had my brother had a little gig for me. I was learning in prison. A felon couldn't go back to prison. Go back to college. It was like you can't get that fund or something like that.
With federal
but I got out hollering at
aid.
my boy Turtle. He was like, dude, take your butt back, man. Ain't nobody gonna bother you, man. You do the right thing. Go back. So I just went in there blindly and filled out the application. And they like, yeah, come on.
That's what's up.
Hey, you became the president of the Entrepreneurship Club.
The first president.
Yeah,
ever.
the first one.
President of Arkansas Baptist Entrepreneurship Club.
Yeah, I remember when they was building you.
Yeah, man.
I was proud.
I was proud.
Yeah, he was on a commercial. When you
Good
get
for
somebody go to school, and then they go surpass and be good at the best at it. And when I seen him on the commercial, I'm like, man, that's my boy Charlie Mack.
He always been his way. When I moved, he was a genius in class. You know what I'm saying? So Charlie Mack really taught me my books coming up, because me and Charlie Mack went to elementary school and stuff together. So like, this been one of my best friends for a long time.
Seeing his homie passing was his breaking point.
Right.
Yours was in the shoot. Kayla, what's up with you?
Man, I'm still out here thugging, baby. But seriously, man. It's to the cash. But seriously, what brought about me change is almost losing my life on April 27, 2009. When I was 19, going to a violent act, getting a big game fight. First fight I ever pulled out a gun too. My sister grabbed it, took it, trying to protect me, thinking I'm getting jumped on, and she got to shooting it in the crowd and shot me in my face. And I stayed, he a witness, I stayed gone out for 3 days. I thought I died. So to come up out of that, I knew God wanted me here for a reason. Wow. For a day as this, to lead people the right way. My life is beautiful. When you lay down and you get up 3 days later, you still think it's a Sunday, and you realize what really happened. No, you got another chance. You seen so many people die by the gun, man, that'll make you change your life. Yeah. If you got any type of God conscience, you're going to wake up. Like, I got to do something different. And I had some bumpy roads. I ended up going to prison even after that, but I was already mature. So when I got to prison, they just built me. I got my GED. I got my minister license. I did a lot in prison. I was focused because I didn't even think I was going to go. I thought I had beat that. I've changed, but I got in some mess, some fighting, and sent me because I was on probation. But in that, I learned a lot. I led a lot of people to Christ. I did a lot of different things. So I did good for myself and other people. So I got out, and I've been on the straight and narrow. Been out 5 years. I ain't got violated, revocated.
Hey, you got our paper too, then?
Yeah, 3 years early. Yeah, I ain't got to pay them no more.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I ain't got to pay them no more. I ain't got to do nothing.
What's some of the steps I know for me on paper? I took the job route, the education route. You know what I'm saying? What's some of the steps you took?
When I first got out of prison, it was February 22nd, 2016, and before I left, I was already at the city of Little Rock, but I was such a good worker. Once I got out, they let me get right back on.
That's gangster.
So it was a blessing that they looked at that. They looked at
good.
I got my GED down there and how good I was doing in prison. Never got rolled up. I stayed out the way and just came home. And I've been on the straight and narrow since, man. Like, but
you said when you got out and you did that time, your job literally hired you back on the same job with the fit. Man, that's gangster.
Still there.
That's real. That's real.
Good looking out.
I'm looking at that.
That's real.
That's
Don't like all them Kevin Page, all that. They look out for.
That's powerful.
Shout out
to that job. So y'all heard
white
that.
people that looked out for me. While we always a white man, black, it was white people that looked out for me that got me back on there. When the black people was like, nah, real talk. Like, you can't never look at color and just because of this. We got that bad. Like, nah, this. But people
that's
are helping.
unity.
People, unity. Everybody.
Yeah. That's the EME stories, man. That's what make it great, man. That was great right there. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to say, I remember when my cousin got out and how when he was talking about how he changed, like when he was just sitting here talking about that, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember I noticed the change in him. I noticed, you just could tell. And,
right.
He made sure he handled his business. He came home. He was in school. Like, you can just tell. Right. But as he was just talking about that, I wanted to say that. But I was like, I remember that. Because he just was literally he came home and handled his business.
But as a regular person to pay your taxes and you get up every morning, what do that look like to you when he got up and did, when you seen him get out and change? You know what I'm saying? What did you think? That made you extra proud.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of times, you go in, that's all you know. Mm-hmm. You keep going back. You don't think of another way to do your, or you know how to live your life. Yeah, change your life.
Right.
Like you said, that's all you know. Like a lot of people, like, you know, you grow up into it, so that's all you know. So when I saw him doing it, like I just loved it, because like when I was younger, I mean, we all grew up in the hood, but I swear I was just like, I'm gonna work hard. Like I'm not having no shade to nobody, but I'm not gonna have a bunch of kids. Right. Like I really like, I made sure like that's how I stay focused. Yeah, that's how I stay focused. Like you have to like think better for your life. Yeah. You have to want better for yourself. You have to want better for yourself.
You gotta empower your environment.
Yeah,
you came into your queendom. You ladies came into your queendom. Hey, not to annoy you, because we finna get to you too.
I'm enjoying myself.
I'm enjoying it because we need from a feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? This is masculine energy. We're gonna give you that all day. We're gonna make a beat. Hey, but
we're gonna get rid of that song.
That's gonna be in my head all. I already know.
Away the whole song.
Well, from the feminine energy, because y'all tote our pain, and y'all go through actually more than what we do, because y'all have to see, y'all have to bury us, y'all have to go through it. Y'all like from the feminine energy, like what be y'all breaking point, or what do y'all feel like some of the solutions are? What can we do as men to help
stop what's going on?
Yeah, stop the epidemic.
No, I mean, so I feel like we got one of the violentest cities in the United States. Yes. And we've been like that for years.
Statistics show that.
You know what I'm saying? And we be wanting to hear as people on the street. We need to know, because I don't think we honestly think that our mamas or anybody feel like that we doing wrong, because they glorify it so much as we doing it. You know what I'm saying? We get big and we forget about, man, we might be doing wrong. We don't be knowing. So yeah, we wanna know what y'all feel.
I think, like, just from like the woman standpoint, like I have 2 younger brothers who are locked up now. One for a crazy amount of time, and my son is 14. So and he has a great dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel, but my brothers didn't have that. I feel like, you know, the younger male needs the older, you know, role model to like teach them, this is what you shouldn't do. You know, this is how you should live your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you want to be. Like, 'cause I don't think they
had
the young
should have more respect for the older people.
But they also should have role models that teach them.
Yeah. Older role models
that teach them. Like my uncle, you know, was around. He doesn't live in the city or whatever, or in the state. But like, I feel like, honestly, I feel like if my brothers had more of like older role models in our family, which I don't feel like we had.
Right.
Like I feel like they would have, you know, chose a different path, not just chose a different path, or just, you know, thought about stuff before they did stuff.
Street path.
Yeah, just like, you know, and I honestly, I thank God that my son has his dad that like shows him, like, I go to work every day, like this is what we're supposed to do. This is how you treat your mom. This is how you treat females. Like I feel like a lot of black younger men need that role model.
Yeah.
And especially like y'all like teaching, how y'all are, just letting them know, like, this is how, like, hey, I did this. This is what I did. I've been there, done
Yes.
it. Don't do what I did. I've been there, done that. Like for real. Like, it's like they need that, like for real. And a lot of kids, like they move so much around, like they don't even sit there and think about stuff, but like they need that.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
And they start thinking.
Yeah.
They don't have time.
They
don't have no time.
They so caught up in social media and see what they see on TV.
There's a lot of chaos going on in homes,
and give them, I mean, on top of the role model, because we say that every day, we need male role models. We need black male role models. And just like I have 2 brothers, we grew up in the same house. We had the same, our parents, whatever, but both my stepfather who raised us and my mom, they worked all the time. I had one brother looking at 80 years and one brother strung out. So, and then I went a whole totally different path because my mindset was I didn't want to live like this.
That's exactly right.
So, but I was also where they were out in the streets when my parents were at work, because they were in gangs, they were doing drugs, all that. I had friends that were doing other things, positive things. So not just having role models, you guys being role models saying, don't do this, don't do that, because we've done that. What else is there for me to do then? Show them other options. Give them other, find things for them to do.
Right.
Because, man, an idle mind is a devil's playground. And if they don't, you can sit up and teach them and tell them all day and talk to them all day, but you got to lead them to things, different things, occupy their minds on aquaponics. Rap and music, whatever it is that they are, interested in, art, music. You do studio stuff. And if you like, I don't know what y'all's talent.
More than programs.
Man, you have to do programs.
Those are programs.
Right.
Doing programs in the community for young.
Yeah. Because when we were growing up, we had the community centers,
right?
Softball, like summer, they have them, but they don't have them.
They don't have them like they used to.
Say Luther Campbell.
We had the
at the boys club.
Yeah, the tournament.
The hoop fest.
Hoop fest tournament.
Stuff
like that.
All the kids go out there and hoop.
And guess what? And when they got home, they were tired. So
they got time to do nothing.
We even got to meet up with girlfriends, going out there dates.
Take our girls to hoop. I used to be out there. Nobody get killed out there. It was just fine, but when nobody gets shot and killed down there.
It's just we have to have some positive things
to do.
Absolutely.
Positive things.
But we had a lot of big homies in them eras too. This was in the era where the big homies like, y'all got to put them guns down and throw them hands up. It wasn't a lot of that shooting. We had to see what them hands was about in them areas.
I would have to disagree because at one point in time when this is why I'm not quick to point my finger at the little homies because I once was the source of the problem.
Right.
I was them.
But I'll fight first though.
I'm not finna sit up and act like I'm something that I wasn't. To this day, I might not be the perfect role model for some of these things because I still battle with post-traumatic stress.
Right.
I still go through depressions for no reason.
So you know where that leads you?
What?
Mental health. Get you some help, man, that you can help somebody else.
Everybody, I understand it, but sometimes I have to deal with those issues myself.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
How hard is it?
Man, only reason God has blessed me with a way where I know where I'm coming down with it. I separate myself. You know what I'm saying? And I chill and I go into my box and I handle my business and I fight those games.
Which is good. But let me say this too. The things that you go through can always help and empower somebody else.
I can dig.
Even though you need your space. Yeah. Now don't get me wrong. Yeah, do that. What works for you, do that. But your testimony to somebody else, that is their breakthrough.
Right.
So you got to use that and bring that back to the little homies in the community and do like what you're doing now. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to share that.
Be your voice.
That's right. Because you have to help others because you've been through all that. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you've been through it, but now you know better and you're doing better.
Right. So we do better.
So
and we push on. But I would never tell, and people might think this wrong. I wouldn't tell a person to put down their sec if I can't replace that with a better opportunity for them to go do something.
Yeah, right. That's why we got to have we have to have something better for the community.
That person might be selling drugs because they don't.
That's the only way of life.
Or they got no dad.
That's how they eat.
So we have to give them an option to get them out of that mode of them doing that instead of just going out there. Y'all quit selling drugs.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, so if because they're gonna be like, if I don't sell drugs, how am I gonna eat? How can I survive?
Right. Gangbang my hood ain't got my back, and I'm out here by myself.
Right.
So
that's why we got to come up with all. I mean, it's a lot. It's hard work. But that's why EME.
I think we need to touch more hands with people with resources. I'm saying that people make them care more.
Right.
They need to show us that they care about what's going on in their state.
Net worth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so powerful. Your network is your network. How y'all get here today? How are y'all right here?
Networking.
All right.
What's up?
You have to be able to network.
Right.
You have to network. You have to be, because I'm going to tell you something. People aren't going to tell you about what's out there. Right. You got to go and find it. And you got to connect with the people that have it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you grab hold of it hard and tight and then take it back.
Right.
But sometimes that's cool. But sometimes they got to, it's amazing if you blind. And sometimes they gotta make themselves be seen. You know what I'm saying? Like we be screaming sometimes, like being so high in crime. I don't know what more your city can do and say to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? And that's what we're doing. And that's where we at. And that's what point in mind state we is right now. Where is our help? Because we asking for it now. Man, I quit all that active game making and all that stuff. Man, I went to school.
Chuck, we ain't even asking no more. We demanding.
You know what I mean? But I went to school, but I put in the work to get that. I went to school. I kept a job. You know what I'm saying? I completed paper.
And you wanted
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
It was
And that's what I'm trying to give to the youngins. You know what I'm saying? I showed them the route that I took, and it ain't easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To reverse your mind state. You know what I'm saying?
That whole mindset is so hard to
don't
change.
give up.
Right.
Don't give up. Keep that mud solid.
A good thing too that a lot of people don't do, and this ain't just talk. My apartment is full of them read. That's why they mind so
education.
Go back to education.
Yeah,
they ain't reading, they ain't studying, they just going by what they see. It's a lot of followers. Everybody following everybody instead of getting to themselves. Like you said, that time in the hole. Real talk. I remember going to prison too, and that time being to myself, I found myself. Right. Who am I? I knew the church Caleb. I knew the street Caleb. I knew, but who am I? Who am I really? I got to thinking. They ain't thinking. They just follow. Everybody want to be everybody.
The time at
who
school.
They really is, man. Yeah. So yeah, people need to read. People need to be educated.
Hey, not to switch the subject.
The time when I was in school, man, going to ABC, it let me learn about black men that were important in history.
Right.
I didn't know black men invented so much.
Yeah,
it was this high.
And a lot of people don't know that.
A
lot of people don't know.
Like, no, we
they think we do nothing.
I think I had to go
How
deeper.
great we really is. We use our mind.
I was like, whoa.
They use their mind out of it.
And if I hadn't got into that historical black college and university, I wouldn't have looked that deep.
Yeah.
Because they made it cool to look for that stuff.
Yeah.
Because everybody I saw was doing the same. They looked like me.
Right.
Yeah.
Old education got a powerful seed to it.
It changed everything.
So we didn't think that.
Hey, thank you for bringing your mind, Mr. PC.
Yeah. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Harding University on my boy John. Though, straight up.
They were straight up.
They good for us. They 100 for us. You know, and we gonna rock this out.
Hey, and not to change the story, but we got another guest.
Yeah.
From Miss D.
The other D.
Give us your story, Miss Lady. What you got going on?
Yeah,
and Sean, you have to tell these folks how they can get in contact with all this. So we need all that, but let us know your story. What it do?
Well,
Hey y'all. My name is Demetrius Beasley, known as Beauty by D Beasley. I'm a freelance makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
I have been doing makeup freelance for 7 years. I believe 8. I have been in the beauty industry for 10. I looked at it and I was like, is that true? Is that right? Mm-hmm. But I started out doing just individual lashes, trying to do let me go back. I didn't go into this to be into this.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into it like, I just want to learn how to do my lashes. Oh, let me learn. And then people wanted me to do them for them as well. And then I dug deeper into the beauty industry of learning how to do my own makeup, simply because I wanted to just be able to do my makeup when I go out.
Right.
And it turned into your makeup is cute. Can you do mine? Do you do other people's makeup? And I was like, I don't know about that, but yeah. And that's
now
where Beauty by D Beasley, now.
Because I was like, I know you. You on the stage.
This literally was not. I tell a lot of people like this. I'm the biggest tomboy. I've been that, from when I was little.
She hung around the dude.
I have all male cousins, maybe one female cousin, and this was never like my path. I tell everybody this is God's path for me. And he's opened up so many doors. He helped. I shocked myself. I'm just gonna say that, and because I never this was just never something that I thought I was gonna do. So I've been doing makeup for 7 years. I have a YouTube channel. I've had for a couple of years. YouTube is different. But I make YouTube videos. I show people how to do makeup. I teach one-on-ones. I'm trying to figure that out with all the safety situation. I do the tutorials though on YouTube. I have a page on Facebook where I try to do lives, which is kind of hard because I still work a full-time job.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's what I do. I love it.
That's so
It's literally changed my life, to be honest with you.
Right.
I work my full-time job. I have a business degree, but this is something I love to do. So it's why not? So,
Have you ever thought about doing so maybe giving maybe doing some type of nonprofit work or something? Do you get involved in anything like that?
I have when I'm asked to. I've been asked to work with battered women, stuff like that, like groups that may have. But I've been asked to, and I work. Yeah, I don't mind.
Because we do a lot of
I don't mind
work.
it. Yeah, because
so,
I've been blessed,
come up with a
really
skit that might need you or something.
Yeah,
you might
absolutely.
Do the girls make up for Easter or something at the church. You feel me?
Okay.
We might
I can do that.
So have you ever did a nonprofit event before?
Not an event, just like helping. Helping out, not an actual event.
So it'd be cool for you to do your own actual. Just look, I want to tell you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's the farthest event you've ever done? Like somebody ever flew you out somewhere?
Nope.
Nobody's noticed?
Nope. I like to further my education in because I'm self-taught. I've watched videos on YouTube. That's how I learn. That's why I feel like I can teach people too, because they taught me. But like I love to learn, so I seek out other makeup artists that teach. I went to Houston to train with Color du Jour. She's an amazing makeup artist. I was there for I think a whole week, and it was the best experience.
Wow.
Like the best experience. But I love learning new makeup techniques. I pride myself on being a natural makeup or having a natural makeup aesthetic. The makeup is different. Nowadays it's a lot of brighter, bolder, but not everybody likes, you may just want something natural to go to work. You may want something natural just to go to dinner.
Yeah.
But I pride myself on having a natural makeup aesthetic for just, bringing out your inner beauty, basically.
I hear Shaquille O'Neal talk a lot about camera makeup. Like, what is that? Like, when they say, I'm going to get you camera makeup.
Yeah, the male grooming. Well, I have never had to do male grooming, but I hear that just to reduce like the shine in your face or, make sure you don't have dark circles. Just make you look, I
got a strategic plan. I'm trying to make my agent believe in the camera makeup.
Okay.
So you might be useful in here right now. This is the beginning of
trying to get you a job.
Yeah.
So it is a such thing as camera makeup.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's why they look so good. They don't have no shine on you. They look like they just woke up like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm cool on the makeup.
I know, right? They shine up the nose.
I did a photo shoot for a restaurant here out west, and she hired me to do her brother. She was like, yeah, me, all three of us, and my brother. And he was like, no, I'm good. I said, well, she said, you can just put a little powder. I said, well, don't make them. It's right.
That's how we feel about letting people do our nails, man. It'd be so hard for us to go in there and get our nails done, man. But we do it. It's hard.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about the Hollywood take on it? Like taking it to Hollywood and learning like costume makeup and how they make aliens and this person to come on.
I ain't never thought about that.
Never thought about it?
Cause to be honest with you, I like I said, I know this is gonna sound weird. I don't think of myself like I never was a drawing type of person. You know what I'm saying? So like I think of those people who do that type of makeup like have a special kind of mind.
Artists.
Like they're like, like I'm an artist. But that's a different
type of art.
Right. But I would love to do that with the I don't even know what it's called, but like the just the to make the different shapes and forms, like with to make them turn into alien type. Yeah, like to put I would love to learn how to do it. Yeah. And that takes forever. That takes forever to do.
That'd probably be a cool little program or something.
Yeah.
And get kids and people to come mess with
makeup.
We need to
cool little
program actors classes because we don't have.
That's a good the arts
we don't
class.
really promote that push that.
So it's not a lot of programs in your hood?
Because we don't promote specific subjects. You know what I mean? If we promote engineers in our community, don't you think we would
have engineers and
we promote a majority of engineers? But it's about our perception. We had to push these initiatives as the adults and the parents. We had to push these things and guide them, and they'll go in the right direction because that's what they're seeing prominent in our
We
community.
got to push the
positive.
right entrepreneurship because we're pushing the wrong right now. Right now, the drug dealers showing out entrepreneurship.
And that's the entrepreneur,
So
but
we
it's
got
not
to
illegal.
flip the
We got to
mindset
show
and show
something
them
legal,
right.
and that leads to positive direction. So
Right.
and it's up to the adults to set these program limitations and unlimitations. We have to put these things here and let what they say: if you build it, they will come.
Right.
You know what we got to do.
I can, we can.
And it's about the resources in our community to build this. We need these outside resources. We need these outside resources to connect with the OGs and those people in the community where we can direct the funds to the right places.
That's
and
right.
They could be put specifically where they're needed. Not somebody coming in as a politician saying, "Oh, we just gonna throw the money up there and say, oh, y'all grab it, and if you do it, you do it." No, we have subcommittees and committees that are delegated to go straight for the problem, handle the solution, and we fix it in house.
Mm-hmm.
And the police are on our side because they know we're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
So there's no problem. There's not a problem with the police. It's a partnership.
That's right.
Everybody cool because everybody doing their job
With your state,
the right way.
the city.
Now we have to be very careful with that police
Right.
work.
We're talking about with your state and city.
People can't, because from where we come
The
from in the
elites.
hood, you feel me? It's only so much you can work with the police
Exactly.
before
I
it
agree.
becomes snitching.
Mhm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't feel like we need to build more jails. We need to build more training centers, community centers,
Absolutely.
things of that sort. So I'm not quick to call the police to put my brother or sister in jail. That's me personally, to each his own.
Right.
So I feel
you.
I feel a civilian should be able to call the police and report with me. I wouldn't. You can call me whatever, but that's just how I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to quit letting the rappers and YouTube raise our children. And like,
Hold on. I'm on YouTube. Sorry.
We talking about the negative.
I know. You have a YouTube channel,
Look, I'm
so
like,
we're
I'm on
not.
You
yeah,
birthed
take
it.
that
Yeah.
element up out of him, man. They can't. Basketball player can't raise your child.
No.
They could be a
Football
role
player
model.
can't.
Football,
Right.
they can't raise your child.
Yeah.
You got to raise them.
Jobs.
I have to raise them. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Hmm.
we have to get back to that element of community policing. When your child
So
out there
holding your own.
when your child, when
Holding
your
your
baby
own
down there
account.
throwing the brick and that I'm gonna
You
come
can
out, I'm
tell
gonna whoop
it,
your
and
baby,
you
I'm
can-
gonna take him up
that's
to your
right.
house and I'm gonna tell you I whooped your child because he down here throwing rocks.
And then
in the
guess
community.
what? Then you gonna get a whooping when you get home
You gonna get
too.
a whooping.
That's how it used to be.
But now the mama, you whooping me, you
They
take them
won't
over
come
there,
for
and
you.
trying to throw in.
But it takes a village.
Yeah, just
When it takes a
Yeah,
village, and it takes
Yeah.
everybody, it takes the whole community to
Right.
help the
But the
community.
community's scared of the babies now.
Yeah, shoot.
They gonna blow your socks off.
Right.
Yeah.
So we come here and we try to
No joke. Like,
we try to numb that
Right.
by putting
We
something
got a long
in front
journey,
of
but
them.
we're gonna make it
By
pop.
putting something in front of them that's
Right.
a little bit tougher than
rough,
what they think.
Show them respect again.
Yeah, and then that dumbs
The
down
line
the
of
conversation. Respect and funding.
yeah.
Right.
Dumbs down conversation a lot. And
So
it
what do you
removes-
think? Okay, so when we talk about the community and resources, how effective will resources change the community?
Instantly,
A lot.
Instant change.
instantaneous, night and day.
We might go from
So-
the worst state in the world in crime into one of the best places to
The
live.
safest state, the safest
So
cities.
what? So when you think about that, EME, what type of resources do you need to bring to the community to make a change?
it's a,
Centers.
yeah, it's a
We need
lot.
more centers.
Jobs.
Places where people get jobs.
So we're talking about centers like community
Training.
center,
Like when kids got to
resource
school somewhere
center,
they can go play basketball.
jobs,
I think
Somewhere
we
they
need
can get
more
loved
effective
on, talk to
programs.
artists.
effective programs.
Not just
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah, not just
we
sports.
talking
Nah.
about what we talking about.
Like you
Resume
said,
We're talking, we're talking
yeah.
training centers where a person can go get a trade. They can learn how to weld. They can learn how to read. They can learn makeup.
Yeah.
They can learn, trades that can send
Cosmetology.
these people out
housing.
into the
Engineering,
workforce.
like you were saying.
Not
Free
only
training
workforce,
centers.
Free.
Some of these
Yeah.
people, these people come out and become
can do it.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
You
And
know what I'm
like,
saying?
and I always think about, and I think about you and just producing music and stuff, and because I have a son that is an artist and he loves rap music and doing beats and
Right.
and I was looking at the credits on the movie, credits.
Mhm.
You don't have to just do rap music.
No,
Right.
So
they
it's
do
like,
things
why
to
don't we
movies.
teach our kids, teach our children?
Right.
There are other avenues to making beats and doing music.
productions
A
everywhere.
statewide
Yeah.
production
Commercial.
But you know what? In the hood and in where we grew up, that's all we think about. When we think about beats and music, and we think about rap music.
Right.
No, you can do a lot
Right.
more than that.
Podcasts.
But they don't know.
Don't know.
Well, then we can get them into game coding.
My
Coding, they love video games.
And the
So what about
I'm talking
coding
about
classes?
The coding that
The
builds
coding that
video.
builds the
Yeah. That's where the money is. In Silicon Valley and all.
So
these
what?
other-
What about coding class? Stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's $500
The
to take.
possibility
A coding
is
class.
limitless. It's just having those centers to train
Right.
those young minds to help them form those skills.
We need a resource center.
Right.
Hey,
Brother
who's
programs, all
watching?
that type
I'm
of
not-
stuff.
We need funding.
We need-
because we have the plans and the schematics
Right.
to put it together. All we need is
Yeah.
the funding.
We need somebody
Support.
to believe in EME and what we believe in. know
And
the
y'all
shit
can
from
do
the heart.
that, y'all.
Like
Yeah.
Ashley Real Talk, me and the brothers are sitting down, we're writing up a major program as to
One of the biggest in the state
right
Ever.
well,
ever.
because we have a projection where we're trying to stop at least 30% of the murders within 3 years.
Wow.
And it's a projectable goal. And we're going to reach that goal.
Come on now.
That's
And
what's
some
up.
of y'all going
That's
to get this
what's
money
up.
up. And we're going to demand it. And we want
Yeah.
it. We're not asking no more because it's got to the point now that it's beyond asking. We have to get this money to save our city and our people. If you're not going to help, then you part of the problem.
Because per capita, Little
we
Rock
have
is
a problem.
per capita right now. And last year, Little Rock was the murder capital.
That's not good.
Per capita, like in '94,
Sickening.
same thing right now.
And we just had
Oh
a
my
couple
God.
yesterday.
Right.
Day before yesterday.
People
Right.
steady getting shot every day.
Almost every day.
My son in California
single
called
day.
and told me about something that happened here before I even found out.
Right.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
Wow.
Because it was
Right.
a guy that he played football with,
Right.
Little League football.
Oh wow.
And I'm like,
Right.
what is going on?
It wasn't too long ago. The EME guys, it was a guy got jumped on or something,
Crazy.
and it almost escalated to something big, and the homies, you know what I'm saying, got control of the
we
situation.
have to stop.
Right.
We have to stop it. Like
Right.
seriously,
You know what
we're
I'm
gonna have to
saying?
get some
But
control
hey,
of all this.
and it's a very
It takes some
dangerous
real
job.
leaders
And it's a
standing up, man.
dangerous job what we're doing because people can take that as us putting our nose in their business. Because if we from the South and we talking to people from the East and from the
Right.
West side, and like it's really truly none of our business. So we sticking our nose in other people's business just to save the community, and they can get dangerous for everybody.
Right.
You feel me? Because if this
But it take a
Evil.
strategic
Lot of
group to
evil
do what
people.
we doing, though.
right,
We something special, bro. You know what I'm
this
saying?
something-
So,
this
you know what I'm saying? We authentic,
Well, I'm
homegrown.
excited. I'm excited for the work that y'all are doing and so proud of what y'all are doing.
We real authentic, homegrown, Little Rock, Arkansas people.
Right.
Right.
Being
You know what I'm
here
saying? Just like
forever.
Walmart, J. Hunt, Dillard's,
Yeah.
all of these top 5 corporations. You
We right up there.
know what I'm saying? And that's why
Yeah.
I feel like our city gonna be up. You know what I'm saying? Like we got too many top 5 corporations
Yeah.
for us for this to be going on.
Fortune 500.
So we
$1 billion
need them to
corporation.
get more involved
Yes.
and believe more into our streets of our city.
In our strategy.
Because we want to be known for more than the murder capital of the world.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
That's what we known for, and we've been known for that for a long,
I
long
promise.
time.
Don't say you from Little Rock.
Nah, they say. Nah, they say.
Banking on Little Rock.
Yeah, that's not
Bank
Our boys ain't going there now.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No,
That's all you hear when you go out of town.
We need them to believe in us, bro.
Right. And our 10-year projection is for next time they do a safer city in America report, Little Rock will be in there within the next 10 years. So that's our projection. Within the next 3, we're trying to bust it down 30%. In the next 10, we're trying to be top 10 safest city in America. You feel right there with
Let's do
maybe
it.
right there.
EME
with
right
Yeah.
on that.
Maybe in North
Maybe.
Dakota.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Right, well, it's one murder a year. Right, we trying to get there, and we need to.
I think that's a great city. That's civilization
right.
to me.
We just need
You gotta accept it.
the right resources,
Yeah.
the right people behind us, the right teamwork. You know what I'm saying? White and black,
That's right.
Everybody.
Jew, Gentile,
Protestant, Catholic,
right?
to sing in the
Homosexual,
Look,
straight,
bicycle, all y'all
everything.
come together,
Aryan
man.
nation,
Right.
right. matter.
Right, and nation's
Down
gonna,
the
it's gonna
gun.
take a collective
As a whole.
right.
Well, y'all
Go
on the
check the
right.
collection.
Y'all on the right path. So.
Right.
You think so?
God be for
I
us who
think
can
so.
be a
I know so.
Work, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure everything we put our mind to, with the grace of God and His support, man, we
First and
always-
foremost.
we succeed.
Right. He persevered.
Man,
First and
you remember
foremost.
this, when we sitting at the table right now, 8 months ago, this didn't exist.
Not at all.
It wasn't even
It exists to us behind the scenes. This is our first time just really putting it
I'm
on
talking about
camera.
8 months ago. This did not exist.
8
8 months ago, this way before we started. This did not exist, brother.
Where was you at in Paris?
I was in Paris. It didn't exist. And now
Paris, France.
8 months can change. This is a movement.
Mm-hmm.
This is a movement because we're trying to do something positive as we make our families stable and financially supported.
Right.
And that's the way great business is. To me, only way business is good if you supply the community and you make money and you do it the right way. That's great business.
Right.
And y'all boys,
is turning to
and y'all boys got accepted.
You're right.
Business is boo-boo now. They're everything in business.
And y'all, I think y'all just got it. Didn't y'all just get accepted into the a board, the Dora unit, Arkansas Baptist?
Yeah, we part of the Dora unit team to help stop violence on the streets, and we part of your team.
Yeah.
Dirt.
Right.
Yeah, the Dora unit, man. ABC.
We ABC. We go back to our roots, huh?
Yeah,
Right.
and it's a stop the violence thing.
Yeah, stop the violent peace
Yeah.
treaty. We were putting together, and
The Derek Oliver.
Derek Olivier,
wow.
Yeah.
and we're gonna work with the city.
The city.
And we're gonna work with Arkansas Baptist. We're gonna work with the streets, and we're gonna stop the violence.
And Arkansas Baptist supposed to work with a group with EME,
Restoring
right?
Hope, 100 families.
Of
We
course,
all
they're
right.
gonna work with EME. EME is everywhere.
Whoa.
We are a massive community
So that means
service.
ABC, Hardy.
Yeah.
And now we got to make
We can't lose.
And a makeup artist.
We can't lose with
I
education.
put them lashes on right.
Don't do them like that, but I got y'all.
He gonna make it big buck. Hey, Mr. Shannon and Miss Didi, what can the people get at y'all? What can they find y'all? What can they look you up? What it do?
I am Mommies and Curls on Facebook, Instagram, www.mommiesandcurls.com on the web. 501-722-5116.
How can they look up you guys?
Hold on, what's the number
like
again?
Oh, I am that too. Come on, 103.3 FM. And I am Shauna B. Bishop Harris, that's a plug for Salem Music. Okay.
What number they can get? What number you said they can get at you?
501-722-5116.
Hey, Miss Didi, how can they get in contact?
You can locate me on Facebook and Instagram. It's BEAUD by D Beasley. So Beauty by D Beasley. Instagram, Facebook, www.beautybydbeasley.com. You can book your appointment. My number's on there as well.
And she's hot. Yeah, she's hot.
And she's hot. Yeah, she's hot.
How can they get in contact with you guys? EME. What's the budget?
Me.
Keep watching.
Y'all know, y'all. I'm in the city.
Go to
I'm in the city.
Hands down.
Go to Empowerment Environment. Facebook.
Yeah, catch me in the sugar.
We are
Catch me in the
doing
sugar.
new events because y'all we do the food drive
Right.
and the code gone, so we finna start popping like a popcorn.
Y'all be looking for them barbecue, man. Y'all be looking for them barbecues, man.
Giveaways coming up.
This month.
Man,
Y'all know what?
EME, man.
Y'all gotta realize we only give away so much meat. Y'all don't come, yeah.
Well,
You don't come on time, you ain't get no barbecue. It's gonna be gone. We got kids.
Like Yosemite Sam.
Man, we thank y'all for tuning in, man. EME, man. We see y'all next Tuesday. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how we living, and this
watching.
is what we do.
Keep watching our
Super Bowl.
YouTube.
We're gonna make a big buck.